The reason that I say there's an issue with my Calathea Ornata is because I've found crispy tips. It starts out as a very tiny tip, dryness, like this, and it slowly expands upwards towards the entire leaf. I can give you another example. The tip of the leaf was super crispy in the beginning, and then it slowly almost grew upwards towards this leaf, and now the entire leaf is crispy and dying, and you can tell or you can see how dry the entire texture is. I'm going to potentially diagnose what it is. So if you look at this plant, this is another Calathea called Calathea zebrina. When I was repotting these two, I ran out of the potting soil on the Ornata, so I decided to use a new bag of soil. The new bag of soil is way higher quality. It is not holding water, it is a little bit almost granular, and I believe if you use it straight up with no perlite or orchid bark or charcoal with your other plants, you'll probably do fine and you won't overwater them, versus this came in the Miracle Grow bag, the green version, and the soil is almost powdery, so it gets condensed and it doesn't dry out. I bottom water them so they soak up as much water as they needed. Then I left them in the exact same spot in my bathroom. They have the same humidity. My humidity is about 50-60% in the past couple days because it's been raining, and actually PA has pretty good humidity. I've been testing the soil moisture every day. I call it Stab a Plant. It's really easy to go in and you can see the number. And you can see that it's almost completely dry. I call it bone dry when the number goes to 1 on this thing, and that's how I water most of my plants, to be honest. Most of them have no problem going completely bone dry. This zebrina originally came in a 2-inch pot, and this Ornata came in a 4-inch pot. I watered them on the same day. It's the same pot size. There's about the same amount of soil. And this Calathea should really have stronger sucking power than the zebrina because the root ball is bigger and there are more leaves. So let's see how wet the soil is. As you can see, it's almost still soaking wet, and it's been like this for 4 or 5 days at this point. One more thing, the 3 leaves that came out after it got to my house. This is one. As you can see, the leaf tip is this lighter color. This is another one. The leaf also looks like a lighter color. If you look at this other plant, the leaf coming out is nice and generally has no issues. And also there's a new shoot at the bottom as well. Now, I understand that scientifically you cannot just compare one Calathea to another side by side, but at least they're both Calatheas. They have similar care requirements, and just the fact that this is a bigger plant but it's not drying up as fast as it should, and I'm seriously suspecting root rot. I got it for such a good price. It was $10.50 at a flower shop, and I suspect that they don't know how to care for this plant either because they didn't have the best experience with all of the leaves, so they just cut off the ones that are not attractive. I didn't cut off a single leaf yet because I want to document this process and show people what it's like. I'm a newbie and I know a lot of people are new to this plant. This is a specific type that got super popular this year. I understand that you should probably let your plant be and not shock them over and over, but today I'm gonna repot it one more time. What I'm going to do first is to get this out of the pot and take a look at the inside and what it's like. Also, this pot has fungus gnats in them, I'm pretty sure. I'm using all of these rocks to prevent fungus gnats from going in and laying eggs in there. I'm honestly not sure how effective it is. Okay, there we go. I really don't see any signs of overwatering, to be honest. The roots look still pretty white, and there's several new growth coming out. The reason that I want my Calathea to sit in drier soil anyways is because people are saying the best soil for Calathea is actually African violet soil. And if you know African violet soil, they're actually very, very well draining. I really don't understand what's going on top then. I'll try to keep like a closer eye on it and see if there's more dryness coming out, because if it's not the soil's problem, then I have to like further diagnose this. So as you can see, this isn't the most compact soil that you have seen probably. This looks like it has a lot of perlite. At least I try to have a lot of perlite. I try to create something that's more well draining. But it just, I guess, maybe didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to discard it and use it for maybe a different plant and put more perlite in. This is what I've been saying about Miracle-Gro. I know that every other YouTuber has been shitting on them, and I understand that they're a big box brand for a reason. I just found that I prefer other texture and other brand a lot more over their product, and based on my first experience, I'm probably not going to buy from them ever again. You can see this is just the soil with no perlite or anything, but it's already super flaky and super granular instead of powdery. If you don't know how much perlite to put into your plant, you should just watch Summer Rae Oak's video. She had a video with the owner of NIC Tropicals talking about philodendron propagation, and the lady showed her soil mix, and her soil mix is super perlite-y. And that is when the plant is growing in a nursery. So there are 3 things you can do for fungus gnat larvae that are more effective than others. One is the one I'm doing right now, that is mosquito bits, or BTI. The problem with it is that if your fungus gnat larva didn't die the first time, it's just going to breed genetically stronger fungus gnats that are resistant to BTI. So that's not going to work long term, to be honest, especially if you want to try to use it consistently. 2 other methods are diatomaceous earth and then beneficial nematodes. I'm not sure how beneficial nematodes are going to look after I put them in. So if you put them in your soil and they don't have anything to eat, they'll eat themselves, host in themselves, and kill each other and die, whatnot. If you have fungus gnat larvae, they will eat your fungus gnat larvae, whatnot. But I'm not sure if they're gonna come out to be like little caterpillar looking things or little worm looking things. I'm really terrified of bugs. Nobody on the internet talks about what they look like after they get released into soil. If they're still micro parasites that you can't see, or if they turn into like little worms. However, diatomaceous earth is just crushed up powdery substances that are very sharp. Once the diatomaceous earth is attached to the fungus gnat, it inhibits their movement and growth regardless of their size. So I'm thinking maybe that is a way better idea compared to BTI, because BTI is really not sustainable. So I have my Calathea repotted. Again, if you just look from far away, it doesn't look like there are too many issues, but I really hope that they do better. And my mom always told me that if you want a living creature, want the fun of it and whatnot, you need to be responsible. So again, here are my Calatheas. I understand they're tiny, and I really wanted big Calatheas as well, but you know, they're hard to care for, so might as well start small. I hope that this does well. If there's any update, I will definitely make an update video on these ones. Thank you for watching.